Hello, everyone out there in YouTube land. This is Raina Valentino, and I just had some things on my mind that I wanted to share with you guys. And a topic that had come up, I saw another sister of mine on a teaching forum had mentioned, and it's something that I've gone through in my life as far as having been an escort and worked in the adult entertainment industry, and how other girls react to that when you have done that kind of work and they haven't. So I just kind of wanted to share my thoughts and feelings about that. First of all, sometimes when I go to the drag shows and gay clubs, some girls that are drag queens and they don't live full time as women and they do drag shows and they refer to me as a working girl or a prostitute, and they kind of look down at me like they were better than me. And some other trans girls or trans women who live a different type of lifestyle in a different type of environment, I've come across a lot of criticism that we're making trans women look bad, this, that, and the other. So let me just share a couple of things with you guys on my personal situation and what I've done and why I've done it. First of all, a lot of people say that we escort because we're not educated. That's very untrue. If you escort the caliber that I escort, you have to have a lot of education. You have to have the ability to interact with people. You have to win over your clientele. You have to have skills in marketing and advertising. You have to have a lot of different skills that you pick up through life and you pick up through school, and you apply them to your skill. Number two, in the beginning of my transition, which was about 10 years ago when I wanted to go full time as living as a woman, I knew that I had to have certain cosmetic procedures to alter my appearance, to make the woman that I saw in the mirror the woman that I felt that I was on the inside. And if you know anything about cosmetic procedures, they're very costly. And I live alone. I don't have the support of my family. I only have myself. So I have to provide a roof over my head. I have to provide food. And I'm a drag queen in the sense I love to entertain. So obviously I have to pay for my costumes. Those in itself can be very costly. Now, I tried to do it the right way. I applied for jobs and it just didn't happen. And I applied and I applied and I struggled and I made a little money in a drag show here, a little money in a drag show there, whatever. It just wasn't working. I had an incident where I moved into Chicago's gay area, Boys Town, and I was living on Halsted and Addison. There is a Jewel's down the street on Broadway in Addison, and I went into the Jewel and I applied to be a bagger, someone who bags groceries in a grocery store. I knew a couple of my gay friends had jobs there, so I gave it a shot. I filled out an application. Well, I got the application. And I came back one day and I asked to speak to the manager to give him my application. And a friend of mine was working that day. So he said hi to me. I took the application and I gave it to the manager and I left. Now, I saw my friend a couple of days later. He told me before I could make it out the door, the manager had dropped my application into the trash. Isn't that ironic that I applied for jobs in fast food restaurants and retail stores, jobs that I was actually overqualified for, and because I'm transgender and because I looked a certain way, I was not even given a fair chance to make a decent minimum wage living. So I had to do it my way. I had options and I chose to escort for survival, to accomplish goals that I had set in my mind that I wanted to achieve in my life that took a lot of money. So I worked and I got my work done and I secured a roof over my head in a neighborhood that I felt was safe and accepting to the way that I choose to live my life. And I don't regret the decisions that I have made. I have achieved 90% of the goals that I had set in my mind when I came to terms with the fact that I was not going to live a double life. Raina was going to be Raina, and Raina was going to look how Raina wanted to look. And Raina was going to be who she wanted to be. And so I don't think that those girls who criticize and who point fingers and who think they're better than me because they do other things, they had different goals in their life. They had a different way in their mind that they thought that they should look. So they did, or they accepted and they conformed to certain things to live a certain way, but that doesn't make them better than me. They're not any happier than I am. They're looking at me now, and those same girls, isn't it ironic, they come up to me after all those years of criticizing and ask me pointers and tips on how they can get into the business. So that was just something that I had to get off of my chest, and I just wanted to tell those girls, before you can criticize me, before you can judge me, walk in my shoes, see things from my point of view, have the goals in your mind that I had, have the aspiration and have the dreams that I have, and then weigh out your options. 9 out of 10 times you would have chosen the same route that I chose. It doesn't make me a bad person. It doesn't make me someone that was disgusting. I'm not embarrassed. I walk and I hold my head up high, because at the end of the day, I have to live with the decisions that I made in my life, and I can't worry about what some other girl is feeling or what some other girl is thinking about what Raina did with Raina's life, or how Raina pays her bills, or how Raina achieved her look, or how Raina acquires her costumes. Because number one, whenever I come in public, I always give a look. When I'm on stage, I spend a lot of money on my costumes. I'm professional, I'm on time, and I'm respectful. And that's the only thing that I can ask in return. And for those girls that don't do shows, but you still criticize, take a look in that mirror. Look at all the work that you need to have done. Look at all the things that are wrong with yourself before you start looking at me and pointing the finger. In the end, we're all the same. I'm not any better than you, and you're not any better than me. Society looks at us, rich, poor, black, white, surged or non-surged. Society, it's all the same. I just chose to do the things my way, and I don't regret my decisions. And I just want you to know, those comments that you make, they don't hurt me, they just make me laugh. So that's just something I had to get off my chest. That's just something I wanted to put out there, and that's it. Goodbye. Good luck. Have a great day. Enjoy your life. And just remember, ladies, do what you have to do to survive. Do what you have to do to reach your goals. And don't worry about the other person. And don't let people's judgment cloud your vision of how your life should be or how you want your life to be. Okay? Bye-bye.